Okay, hi. Sorry, just a sub regression. So, yeah, there are a few students, or some students, have difficulties with the homework. What number? 7, 8. No difficulties, really? No one has questions? Sorry? So any of you want to ask questions? No way.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so I don't know yet if we have no questions or not yet, but I will just discuss number 7 and 8 yet, probably. Okay. So this one is exercise 7.6 last time, right? Number 7 and 8. For number 7, right, it's actually similar enough with the example that I give you in the recording last time, the one that I explained. So if we sketch, right, there is this is the line BC here. Then you want to find the foot perpendicular. Foot perpendicular means if you do projection, right, and there's a point N. So you can find the gradient of BC with the first. So if you find the gradient of BC, right, you have negative 1 minus 6. Now if you have difficulties, right, when you are doing it, I think you have to ask at this session when we're discussing. Because if after the session you ask me to re-explain everything, it will be very tiring for me. That's why I ask you now that you have questions. So right now I'm finding the second gradient. So what does the second gradient do? Yes.
I get NBC.
C. Okay. Thank you. Not A. Okay. So MBC is supposed to be. So I have negative 8 over negative 4. Is equals to 2. So we have find the second gradient. So what is the second gradient? Last time I got feedback like the student saying cannot really apply. So you have to question yourself. So which is the perpendicular line right now? The M2. So means we are finding the line A to F. Y equals to mx plus c. It passes through a coordinate A. So the coordinate A is 6 and 3. Now I will substitute 6 and 3. Please take a photo, yeah, in case if later I get disconnected or what, right? So C will be like 7.5. So you already have the equation. So this equation is A to F, right? The equation. After that, maybe I can suggest you to find the equations of BC. So BC, if you find the equations, you find the C. Later you will get 0. So this is BC. Because you already attend the session, I mean, like no point if you don't ask anything. So if you have any questions until here. BC, okay. Have a point C, it should have the value of C here. Negative 5. Okay, I continue, yeah, there's no question. So how do you find the point F from our last time discussion? Point F in this is the intersection point. The intersection points between the line A to F and B to C. So you can go with y equals to y to find the intersection point. So I go with y equals to y. So I have a negative half x plus 7.5 right, and equals to 2x minus 5 right. So you have negative 5 over 2x equals to negative 12.5, and x is 5, and so for the y again, the y is also 5. So the point F is 5 by 5. No questions, I will clear the board. And we'll continue to number 8. Okay, so already take photo, yeah. I continue, yeah, with number 8. Okay. Goal number 8, the question say A, B, C. So the foot perpendicular A to BC is the midpoint of BC. Okay. So what I understand is there's a coordinate B and C. The midpoint is perpendicular to the coordinates of A. And that's how I read the question there. Anyone have questions until here? No. Okay, then I continue it. He wants you to find the possible values for K. Maybe some of you don't know what to do. Yeah? So I always suggest you to ask yourself, questions yourself what you can do. So for example, the first thing that you actually can do is finding the midpoint using the midpoint formula itself, which is x1 plus x2 over 2. So again, what I ever mentioned is, do not worry about you will get the answer or not. But you should write down something that you can do first. I mean, it may give you some working marks. There's no certain technique that I may teach you instead of writing down what you can do. Then I would suggest you to find the gradient of BC. So the gradient of BC is K minus 3 over 12. After that, I will suggest you to find the gradient of AM. The gradient of AM is 6 minus. When you write the fractions, please write neatly in several lines again. So don't be too stingy with your lines there. Remember to put a bracket when if there's a minus sign. So it means if you simplify, it's become you have a 9 minus K over 2 over 9. The over 9 you can switch, become times 1 over 9. So become 2 times 9, so it's an 18. So this is the gradient. Waiting for questions if there is any. Finding the gradient of BC, finding the gradient of AM. Any questions? questions, yeah. I'll continue again. So, you know, right, if perpendicular means we have like m1 times m2 equals to -1. m1 is k minus 3 over 12. m2 is 9 minus k over 18. Okay, then you have to expand it in it. So 9k minus k squared minus 27 plus 3k equals to -216. I prefer to move all to the right hand side and move all to the right hand side. Waiting for questions if there is any. So yeah, if you have any questions that you want to ask, tell me.
So actually, can you explain number 5?
Number 5, did you mention?
Yeah.
Okay, after this end. Clear the water. Any other question?
Recording stopped.
Were you still writing? How many of you still writing? Okay. Yes.
Why is it 6% in the MAM?
Because just now the coordinate m is positive 3, yeah, the coordinate m is that. Oh,
Recording in progress.
so coordinate m is positive 3, so it's supposed to be 6 minus 3. Okay, thank you. So this one is over 6 here. Yes, Munti.
Can I go to the toilet?
Okay. Yeah, any other students have questions again? Okay, no, yeah, so I continue. Number 5 here. So you are being asked to find a line that passes through A, but you have to be perpendicular to the other line. So I would suggest you to start from the other line first, the x plus 2y minus 4 equals to 0. Please find the expressions y equals to mx plus c first. So please express it in the terms of this first. So if you do that, then you have like 4 minus 2x over 2. So this is the expression. So means the gradient one is negative 1. So you're going to find a line, right, which is perpendicular to this. So what is the relation between the lines that you are finding and this line? So m1 times m2 equals to negative 1, right? So one of the gradient is negative 1. You can use it to find the other line, right? So the other line will be positive 1. So after you have the gradient of the other lines, then you can find the line equations right now. So finding the line equations, you can go with y equals to mx plus c. And it says it passes through a coordinate, through A, it says, right? 4 and 5. Right? You can substitute it into the equations. So the c is 1. So you can rewrite x plus 1. So this is the line equations that we are solving for number 5. Any questions until here? Yes.
I think for the minus 2x, it should be just minus x.
I'm sorry?
The 4 minus 2x, I think the x should be just minus x.
Oh. Yeah, the 2, yeah. Okay. Thank you. This is 1 over 2. We don't have to change this. So this one should be positive 2. So you have 2x minus 3. Any questions until here? No questions. How do you find the intersection points? So the question says something, right? Like want to find the intersection points of these two equations, right? You remember if you want to find the intersection points, you have to equate y equals to y like that. So to find the intersection points, you can go with like y1 equals to y2, yeah? So the y1 is 2 minus half x, yeah? For the y2 is 2x minus 3. So you can solve the intersection points by equating both of these, yeah? So yeah, any questions that you have asked so far until here? That's row number 5.
Recording stopped.
No, yeah, okay. So for those who just joined later, just wait for the recording. We have discussed number 2, 7, and 8. So later you can rewatch the recording. Is that sure? I have no questions yet. Okay. Okay, I have sent another question for you to practice. For the students, please set the cam on it, like you know.
So can I go to the toilet?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
next week on Monday, we would have an additional math test.
What is the material?
Remainder and factor theorem.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that you can stop doing this first. Yeah. I'll let you revise first Monday, right? So for revise remainder theorem first. Yeah. For this one, I'm pending it first. Okay. I will send the remainder theorem to the group. Yeah. So everyone do the remainder theorem first. Okay, thank you. You can do from number 4 to 9. So we can go with remainder theorem number 4 to 9 here.
Sorry, what number was that?
Number 4 to 9. The name is not written. Just send it to me, okay? The one that is written, send it to me. So just send to like 2 people only. Wallace, 1.5 hour only. Did you know how to do number 4i? So remember, for remainder theorem, divided by x minus 5. Okay, forget already, it's okay. This one, yeah, I discussed it. So if you want to talk about the remainder, right, you have to start with assuming the divisor equals to 0 first. So who is the divisor in this case? X minus 5. So you have x equals to 5. After that, what should we do? In order to get the remainder, you have to substitute x equals to 5 into the equations. So means you will substitute the x into the equation. So you have a from bracket 5 plus b. So we have a of from bracket 5 plus
Recording in progress.
in bracket to the power of 5 minus 4. And this one you have equals to 28. So you have a 5 plus b to the power of 5 equals to 32. The questions wants you to express a in terms of b. It doesn't ask you to solve anything, just like express a in terms of b. So it means you have the expressions already. A equals to 32 over 5 plus b to the power of 5. So if you're going to find the remainder, means we make the divisor equals to 0 first. Yeah. Then after that, you substitute it in into the equation.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, waiting for equations if there is any.
OA tangent.
Sir,
Yes.
how to do IIs?
If you can understand the part I, means can understand the I. This part I the same.
The remainder.
Yeah, part I also finding remainder. This one the one that I write on the board. You have to assume the divisor as 0 first and try to see the step.
UV prime x dx. That's AO. Times 1/2 to E.
For number 4 II, right? He asks you to find the remainder. So what is the common mistake here? I see the students equated with 0 earlier, so you get x equals to 1. Remember, when you substitute it into the equations, right, you get the remainder already. So when you substitute it, when you substitute the x plus 1, right, actually you already get the remainder. So the common mistake I see is suddenly the students make the remainder as 0, and then they can move something to the other side. Can you move something to the other side like that? Can you move something to the other sides? You may not move it there, so you only can write the remainder like this here. You may not move it to the other side, okay? I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. So this is the remainder. So if you want to write everything in terms of A, if you want to write everything in terms of A means
-4.
you have to change only these expressions. So you can go back to here. So if you express the 5 plus b to the power of 5, this actually can change 32 over a, right? So you can replace it with 32 over a again. So you cannot move anything to the left side, yeah, because it's not equals to 0 and stuff. So again, yeah, cannot move anything to the left again because it's not equals to 0.
Sir,
Yeah.
from where you get the A?
From where I get which a?
The A.
You mean the part IA or what? Which a? There are several a, right?
32 over A.
I used the expressions of this. So I made the 5 plus b to the power of 5 as a subject. So the a I moved to the right side, become 32 over a. I replace it, I substitute it into the equation. That's why I get the 32 over a. This I'm still revising it. Don't focus on the answer any, but focus on the working on it. Okay. Yes.
Find answer simply 3 plus a over a plus a minus 5.
Yeah. You can simplify again. See, sorry. Can make become like the 3 minus 5 can make become negative 2 like that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Well.
Two more page. Come on. Between 3 and 3.5.
So for 4i, do we use the value that we get at 4i for the a?
Yes. Yeah. Somehow they are still related. Yeah. So true. Okay, number 5 here. for number 5, it has a remainder when divided by x minus 2. So start with x minus 2 first. Yeah.
Recording in progress.
We have x equals to 2. Substitute it in. Right first, remainder equals to, you substitute the x. I only revise it for 2 or 3 questions again. So if you have questions, yeah, please ask now. Rather than you waste your time to check your note again. And this one, the R, we can replace it with 18. With 27, because the question says so. So when you replace something with a certain value, right, it must come with a reasoning. You cannot do a random replacement like that. So you can form the equations here. A in terms of B.
Recording stopped.
Yes?
Do we show for number 6?
Oh, for number 6. You only can do the substitution, Kristania, using the x plus 1 and x minus 1, right? You substitute it already. After that, it should show the same expression.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
I forget what is real values. Can you please tell me what is it?
Sorry. How to
What is real values?
Oh, real values is any number as long as not square root negative. It may not be square root negative.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No. That is the first equation for number 5. Then must go with the second equations again. This one the answer. A equals to 7, B equals to 4 for number 5. If you cannot get, we ask it.
Sir,
Yeah.
I got different answer for number 5.
Okay.
Wait, so how did you get A equals 7 and B equals 4 again?
You have to find the second equations again before you do the eliminations or substitution.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I think at first we already have different equations, Jesse. You get equals to negative 45, right? While I get here is negative 20. Can you recheck it?